Hi, my name is Veena Prashant. I am the co-founder and co-developer of DigitalAccessPass.com and the creator of DAP Connect. In this video, I'll walk you through the steps to integrate your marketing platform with DAP in few easy steps using DAP Connect. Now, the only caveat in this case is that your marketing platform must support third-party notification. So if a new subscriber is added to whatever platform you're using, there has to be a way for that platform to send out subscriber details in a third-party notification using HTTP post or webhook to systems like DAP. Now, if they support that, and most popular email providers, for example, Aweber, ActiveCampaign, GetResponse, MailChimp, they all support third-party notification. So as long as they support third-party notification using HTTP post or webhook, you can use DAP Connect to integrate that system with DAP in just a few easy steps. I'll be showing you 3 different examples of how I use DAP Connect to add subscribers to DAP. Now, in my examples, I'll be using Aweber and ActiveCampaign, and I'll show you how when my subscribers sign up using an Aweber sign-up form or an ActiveCampaign sign-up form, how they get added to DAP automatically and in real time using DAP Connect. Now, it doesn't matter what platform you use for your email marketing, you can follow the same steps to integrate your platform with DAP. Now, DAP Connect is really easy to set up, just 2 simple steps. Now, I'm going to assume that your marketing platform supports third-party notification using HTTP post or using webhook. Now, if they don't, then you cannot use the direct integration method where when a subscriber is added to your marketing platform, they are directly added to DAP using DAP Connect. That won't work if your marketing platform does not support third-party notification. So in that case, there is a different way. You can use Zapier for the integration between your platform and DAP, and I will talk about how to do that in a different video. So in this video, I'm going to assume that you are using a platform that supports third-party notification using HTTP post or using webhook notification. So there are 2 steps. Number 1, you need to set the DAP Connect URL in your marketing platform settings. So wherever they allow you to enter the third-party URL to which they will send out the subscriber information, you need to enter a URL that looks something like this there. So here's the format. Whatever is the name of your site, so replace yoursite.com with the name of your site, and then the rest is going to be the same. The product ID here is the product ID number of the DAP product that you want to integrate with your marketing platform. So here I have set it to 1 because I want to integrate my DAP product ID number 1 with the platform that I'm using. Now, secret key, you can set it to anything you want. You just have to make sure that in your DAP setup config page, the secret key matches whatever you use here. So you can set it to anything and just make sure that you use the exact same value in DAP setup config page in the secret key field. And the redirect tag, this will allow DAP to redirect the users to this page after they sign up using your marketing platform. So say that you're using Aweber and you want to allow your subscribers to sign up using an Aweber sign-up form. So when they sign up using the Aweber sign-up form, you want them to be added to DAP, and you also want them to be redirected to a certain page, and you want them to be added to a specific product in DAP. So in that case, you would set the product ID to match the product ID number of the DAP product to which they should be added, and redirect to should be set to the URL of the page to which they should be redirected after they get access to the product in DAP. So that's it. So that's your step 1. Now I'll show you a few examples so you can understand how to set the DAP Connect URL in your marketing platform. Now here's the first example. As you can see, this is a simple sign-up form, name, email, sign-up button. Now this is a Aweber sign-up form. You can see here, I have generated this sign-up form in my Aweber account. And in the settings tab of that form, I have said that thank you page send the subscribers that sign up through that form to a custom page instead of a regular thank you page. And I have set the URL of the custom page to whatever is the name of my site, DAP Connect script, the URL of the DAP Connect script, and the same format that I showed you earlier, which is product ID, secret key, and redirect. So I have set that right here in the same format. So when my subscribers sign up through this sign up form, they are added to DAP, they are added to the product ID number 1 in DAP, and then they are redirected to the My Content page on my site. So that's all. Now Aweber supports third-party notification using HTTP post, which is why I was able to set the thank you page to this special script. And what you have to do is, under the advanced settings in Aweber, you have to make sure that you check this box that says forward subscriber information to your thank you page. If you don't do this, then after the subscribers sign up, Aweber will send a notification to the script that you have configured here, but it will not send the subscriber information. So the script is really not going to do anything. So make sure to check this box. So whatever marketing platform you use, you have to set this URL, whether it's a HTTP post or a webhook, whatever they support. You need to first enter the URL of the script. Obviously, you need to set this to whatever is the name of your site and the rest of the details. And you need to make sure that you have checked. If they have a checkbox that says forward subscriber information, make sure to check it. If it does not need to be checked because they send it by default, then that's fine. But if they require you to check a box, then be sure to check that box. So all of the information about the subscriber will get sent to DAP using DAP Connect. So that's it. That's the step 1. Now, that was one of the examples, and I will show you a couple more examples so it'll be more clear in terms of how you can configure the DAP Connect URL in your marketing platform. Now here's another example of how I am using DAP Connect to connect my sign-up form to DAP using DAP Connect. Now you can see here I have a lot more fields, not just name and email, but also other fields. So this is also a Aweber sign-up form, but it has a lot more fields here. So the same deal, you just need to, so you can see here in the design, this is my sign-up form, and in the settings tab, again, the same thing, nothing changes here. So even though you are sending more fields, you don't have to do anything special. Set the thank you page to a custom page and set the URL of your DAP Connect page or DAP Connect script right there in the same format that we discussed earlier. So wherever you want to send them, set the URL of that page, and that's it. Now, again, here also you need to make sure that you check this box that says forward subscriber information. And now when a subscriber signs up using this form, and even though there's a lot more fields here, all of this information will be sent by Aweber to DAP using DAP Connect script, because you have enabled the DAP Connect script right here in the thank you page. So Aweber will send all of the information about the subscriber. Whatever information they enter will get sent to DAP, and DAP will be able to register all of that information in its database. Now I'm going to show you another example, and I'm going to be using ActiveCampaign as my marketing platform. And when my subscribers sign up using the ActiveCampaign sign up form, I want them to be added to DAP. Now, this integration is a little bit different because ActiveCampaign does not support direct third-party notification using HTTP post thank you URL setting like Aweber. But they do have webhook notification, so that can do pretty much the same thing. The only thing is webhook notification is a backend notification. So you cannot set the redirect tag in the webhook notification, because even if you set it, it's really not going to do anything because it's not a front-end notification, it's a back-end notification. Everything else is the same, just like however you set the DAP Connect URL in the third-party notification or in the thank you URL settings. In Aweber, same thing with ActiveCampaign, just that you need to set that as a webhook URL rather than as a thank you URL. So here's how you can set it up. When you log into your ActiveCampaign account, select New Automation and set up a new automation rule. So here, for example, I'm just doing start from scratch, create, and I'll start a new automation rule, and I'll say, how will a contact enter your automation when they subscribe? And I'll just select my list and say start. Here I can say what really should happen when a contact subscribes to my list in ActiveCampaign. So what I really want ActiveCampaign to do is when a subscriber subscribes to this list, I want ActiveCampaign to send a webhook notification to the DAP Connect script. So the way to do that is, if you see here under actions, they have webhook. So if you click on that, I guess you got to drop it here. Maybe like this. And you select the webhook here. And you need to enter your URL here, just like you did in Aweber. So just copy this. And you can enter this right here. So whatever is the name of your website, and then the same deal. Product ID number, secret key, and redirect. Now again, the redirect is not going to do anything because it's a backend notification, so you can leave that. Even if you don't remove it, it's really not going to redirect users anywhere because the users are not even going to be there because it's a backend notification. So that's it, and you can save it. So this is your rule. So it says post contact information to this script. When a contact subscribes to this, then ActiveCampaign will send a notification to this URL, which is the DAP Connect URL. And that's it. So you can see here, this is the form that I generated in my ActiveCampaign account. And so when my subscribers sign up using this form, they are added to my list in ActiveCampaign, and ActiveCampaign, because of the automation rule, it will trigger a webhook notification to the DAP Connect script, and that will allow DAP Connect script to add the subscriber to the specified product in DAP after it does the secret key validation, just like it does the same thing with any other script. So the first step is secret key validation for security reasons, and then it will add the subscriber to the right product in DAP. Now, again, just like we did with Aweber, the secret key, you can set this to anything you want. Just make sure that in DAP, you set the exact same value in DAP setup config page. So you can see here in DAP setup config, I have set the secret key to the same value. Now, right now it just says secret key for payment processing, but we will update it to also include DAP Connect. So it will say secret key for payment processing, or if you're using DAP Connect. So just set the same value here. You can set it to anything you want. Just make sure to use the exact same value right here. So that will result in a secret key match. And then DAP should be able to process the request and give the subscriber access to the right product. Now we have looked at the 3 examples to set up the DAP Connect URL. So that's the step 1. Now step 2 is to map the data or the field names that comes in the HTTP post notification or the webhook notification to the names that DAP can understand. So this is an important step. Now it's possible that if you are integrating a third-party system with DAP, that you don't have to do this step at all, because it might be sending the field names in a format that DAP already understands. So in that case, you don't have to do any special data mapping. But this is required if they send the field name, if they use a different format for the field name. For example, if they are sending, this is the data mapping page in DAP, admin dashboard, you will find it now under setup, data mapping. So this is the new page that we have created. Now, if you're a marketing platform, if it's sending the first name field, for example, in first underscore name, or this is the name it uses for the first name field. In that case, you don't have to specify. In some cases, for example, first underscore name is already understood by DAP as a first name field. But if your marketing platform is sending a name that DAP does not understand as a first name field, then it cannot add the first name in the first name field in the DAP database for that subscriber. So for it to work, you need to make sure that whatever name your marketing platform is sending, you need to enter that here. So DAP will now understand that all of these are the same thing and they all mean it's the first name. Whatever you enter here, DAP will know that all of these refer to the last name field in DAP. So this is how you can do the data mapping regardless of what your marketing platform is sending. You will be able to map it to DAP using this mapping table. Now, Aweber, for example, let's take a look at the simple form. Just name and email. So DAP already understands the field names that Aweber is sending. For name and email, these are basic fields. So you don't have to do any special data mapping. So when you test it, you can just go ahead and after you have set your URL, the step 1, after you have set the DAP Connect URL, you can go ahead and test your sign up form and see if the subscribers are being added to DAP. Now, if they're not being added, then you can, then it might be because you have not completed the data mapping, because your marketing platform might be sending field names in a different format than what DAP understands. So in that case, you have to complete the data mapping. So if you do a simple Aweber form, for example, I didn't have to do any data mapping here because DAP already understands what Aweber sends. Now, if you use a more complex form with a lot more fields like this one, then you will have to do some kind of data mapping because these field names that Aweber sends, Aweber is not using the standard field names that DAP understands. So you will have to do the data mapping to make sure that DAP knows that whatever field name Aweber is using, that really refers to the right field in DAP. So let me show you how you can figure out what field names your marketing platform is sending to DAP, and then you can add those fields in the right section in the data mapping page. So to recap, to connect your marketing platform with DAP in such a way that when a subscriber subscribes through a sign-up form that you generate in your marketing platform, then they will be automatically added to DAP. And to be able to do that, your marketing platform has to support a third-party notification using HTTP post. Now, if they do that, then the steps to use DAP Connect to directly integrate your platform with your membership site, which is powered by DAP, there are just 2 steps. Step 1, you need to set the DAP Connect URL wherever your marketing platform allows you to set the HTTP post URL. So you just set the DAP Connect URL there. And basically, once you do the step 1, you should just go ahead and test your sign-up form and sign up like your users or your subscribers would and see what happens. See if the users are being added to DAP. And if they are, and they are being added to the right product and everything is working, then you are all set. But for whatever reason, if it's not working, then you will have to complete step 2, which is you need to map the data that your marketing platform is sending to a format that DAP can understand. But to do this, you need to know exactly what field names are being sent by your marketing platform. And there are a couple of ways in which you can do that. So now I'm going to show you exactly how you can figure out the field names that are coming in the HTTP request from your marketing platform to DAP. And let me show you how you can do that. Let me show you how you can use the DAP logs to figure out the field names that are being sent in the HTTP request by your marketing platform. So first thing you need to do is log into your DAP admin dashboard, set up config page, and set the log level to log all activity. Now only do this while you are testing this and set it back to log errors only after you are done testing. Now once you have set it to log all activity, you can go to the DAP logs page and you can get there from here, system logs. So visit this page and it will show a page like this. Just empty the log content. This way the logs will only have the latest entries from your latest test. So now what you can do is go ahead and sign up like your users would from your sign-up form. So say that you're just using a basic sign-up form and you want to see the field names that are coming in from your marketing platform and also the format of those fields. So here, this is a simple Aweber sign-up form. I'm going to sign up here. After I sign up, this is because I have been signing up too many times, which is why it's showing me this message. All right, so I signed up successfully and it redirected me to the My Content page as expected. So that part worked. So here I really didn't have to do any data mapping as we discussed before, because Aweber is sending the fields in the format that DAP already understands. But here, when you visit the DAP logs, you can see the field names that are coming in from Aweber. These are the fields that are coming in. Product ID, secret key. Remember, we entered these in the URL, in the DAP Connect URL that we set in the Aweber settings. So it doesn't matter what platform you use. I used Aweber for my testing. So whatever platform you're using, just enter that URL, run a test, and it will result in a call to DAP. And when you visit the DAP logs, after setting the DAP config log level to log all activity, then when you visit this, and make sure that you have cleared the logs right before you run the test. Otherwise, the logs will have a lot more stuff that will be hard to understand. So just clear the logs right before your test. Now you'll see that these are the field names that are coming in. You can see here, email is coming in a field called email. This is a value, but we are interested in the field name. And then name is coming in this field called name right here. So these are the field names. So DAP already understands this. So I didn't have to do any data mapping for this. In this specific case, I didn't have to do it. But if I use a different sign-up form, for example, if I use this sign-up form, this has a lot more fields. And now if I sign up using this, then Aweber will be sending these fields in names that DAP does not understand by default. So we'll have to do some kind of data mapping to make sure that whatever field names and whatever format Aweber is sending these fields in, that DAP is able to understand and process those fields. So let me show you when I sign up through this, what happens. Now say that you have a more complex form, something like this, where you have a lot more fields. Now I generated this sign-up form in my Aweber account, but it doesn't matter what email marketing platform you're using and what fields you have there. If you want to make sure that the subscriber gets registered in DAP and all of these fields are also processed by DAP and saved in DAP, then you have to make sure that you complete the data mapping in DAP, because otherwise DAP is not going to know what field names are being used by these platforms for these fields. Now some of these fields like first name and email, DAP knows how to process because Aweber is using the names that DAP understands. But I'm not sure what field names Aweber will use to send these fields and also the format of these fields. So I have to first make sure that I know exactly what field names are being used by my platform and then complete the data mapping for it to work. So let me show you what happens here. So first thing I'll do is I'll have to first clear the DAP logs. So make sure right before you run the test that you clear the logs. Now after you clear the DAP logs, go ahead and run the test. So here, say that you hit sign up, and as soon as you complete the sign up and you go back and visit the DAP logs, you will notice that all of these fields are here. So these are the fields Aweber is sending when a subscriber completes sign up. Now you can see the name of the field. I'm not interested in the actual value. I want to know the name that Aweber is using to send the value. So here I can see that custom_address_1 is being used to send the value of the address field. And I can see all of these fields here. So what I can do here is that now some of these fields, for example, address, city, state, zip code, all of these are part of DAP profile. So you can see that it's already in the DAP member page. So if you visit, after a user is added, if you click on the user's name, it will bring up the edit member page, and you can see all of these fields are part of DAP profile, basic profile. So these are going to get registered here as long as you have completed the data mapping. So what you need to do is that first you need to figure out the field names from the logs, and once you know what field names are being used by your platform, then you need to visit setup data mapping page and complete the mapping. So here, for example, city is coming in a field called custom_city. So I completed the data mapping, and if you want to add a different field, just click on add new, add your field, and then click on save. And that's it. So now Aweber is sending city in a field called custom_city, but DAP knows what Aweber really means is city in DAP. So DAP will save that value in the city field in the user's profile. So that's how the data mapping works, and make sure that you do that for every field. That way all the fields will be registered in DAP. Now there is one special case where you might have a custom field which is not part of DAP profile. So what if you have a field called tax ID that you expect your subscribers to enter? So for example, if this is your sign up form and say that you have a field called tax ID and you want your subscribers to enter a value for tax ID, it's not part of DAP profile. So you can't really do the data mapping, because in this page you can only map the fields which are part of user's DAP profile, not the custom fields but the regular fields. So all of these fields you can do the mapping for, but anything else that you want to map which is not part of the profile, you will have to add a custom field in DAP, and that's it. In that case, you don't really have to do any data mapping here, but just make sure that you create a custom field in DAP. So visit the member custom fields page and add a custom field using the same name that Aweber is using. For example, here I have added a field called custom tax, and I'm using this format. Now if you look at the logs to see what Aweber is using for the custom field, you will see that the tax ID field is coming in a field called custom_tax_I. Now this was misspelled. A D is missing here, but that was misspelled in the Aweber form. That's why it's sending it like that. But you get the idea here. So this is the field name. So in this case, I'll have to complete the data mapping to make sure that I'm able to tell Aweber right here. Actually, because it's a custom field, I cannot do a data mapping, because I can do data mapping only for regular fields. So because it's a custom field, I can't do the data mapping, but what I need to do is that I need to make sure that I have a custom field by that name that Aweber is sending. So I do have a field called custom tax_I, but what Aweber is sending is this, lowercase. So I need to make sure that I have the right name there, and that's it. So now I have created a custom field because it was not part of basic DAP profile, and now I don't have to do any special data mapping, because data mapping is only for basic fields which are part of user's profile. So all of these fields I can do a mapping for, but fields which are missing here, if I want to make sure that it gets registered in DAP, then I have to create a custom field for that using the field name that your marketing platform is sending you. Now some of these marketing platforms, they send the subscriber information in a more complex format. For example, ActiveCampaign sends the first name, email, and even the basic contact information in an array called contact. As you can see here, it's not coming in a simple name value format. That information is present, but it's present in a field called contact, which is an array. So that array has to be processed to get the data out of that array. So when this happens and you're not able to get the values directly out of a simple name value mapping, in that case, you might need the help of a developer to help you with that. It's because it will require a little bit of code edit in this case, and it's pretty straightforward, and I will show you how to do it, but you will probably need the help of a PHP developer to do this. You will notice a file called DAPConnect wrapper.php in the DAP folder. You have to make a copy of that file. Do not directly update that file because it will get overwritten whenever you upgrade DAP. So make a copy of that file and give it a different name. You can call it anything you want. So for example, here I have called it custom_DAPConnect wrapper.php. Now you can customize this file and update the code in that file to process whatever complex data structure your marketing platform is sending so that it's in a format that DAP can understand. So let me show you how you can do that. So once you create this file, after you create this file, edit this file, and in the settings, this is active campaign, and I am getting the contact information in an array called contact. So it's not a simple data structure. It's coming, the contact information is coming through to DAP in a more complex format. So what I've done here is instead of using the regular DAPConnect.php script, I'm using the the custom_DAPConnect wrapper.php script. So this is what I'm using in my active campaign webhook settings. Now, after I have done that, I'm going to have to edit the custom_DAPConnect wrapper.php file so it can process the contact information. So in this case, the contact information is coming in an array called contact. I can see that in the logs. So what I'm doing is I am getting the information, the array information into a PHP variable called contact. And then I am getting the first name and email out of that array. And I'm then storing that inside the request header. And from here on, once I got it in the format that DAP understands, I can just call the DAPConnect script and it will do the rest. So the main thing was to get it out of the complex data structure that your marketing platform sends it, and then directly put that in a simple data structure that DAP can understand directly into the request header. And you can use any name you want while you're inserting it in the request header like this. And just make sure that you do the data mapping in the data mapping page in DAP, so it will understand whatever field name you are using. So if you wanted to use, for example, first name, that's fine. But make sure that in DAP admin data mapping page that you have completed that. So here you must have a field called first name. Otherwise, DAP will not know that first name really refers to the first name field in DAP. So in this case, I have edited this file specifically to make the active campaign integration work. And you can do the same for any platform you're using. Again, you only need to do this if your marketing platform is sending simple information like contact information in a more complex data structure. It's not too complicated. It's just a simple array, but it's not coming in a direct name value pair. So you might need the help of a developer to do this because you will have to edit the code. And if you want our help, you can always open a support ticket and hire us to make those updates for you. It's pretty straightforward. You just have to know exactly the format in which the information is coming in, and then just set the values in the request header correctly, use whatever name you want, get the data out of the complex data structure that your platform is sending, and put that in a simple format that DAP can understand, and then complete the data mapping if needed, and you're all set. You don't have to change any of this. You just have to change this part so that the request header has all these fields directly rather than inside an array. That's it. So to summarize, in this video, I have shared all the steps required to integrate your marketing platform with DAP directly using DAP Connect. So there is no system in between. It's a direct integration between your marketing platform and DAP using DAP Connect. Now in the next set of videos, I'll talk about how you can use Zapier to integrate your marketing platform with DAP, and also how you can integrate your shopping cart platform with DAP. My name is Veena Prashad. Thanks for watching.